Hi guys, it's Millie. Today I'm going to do a beautiful present wrapping, but I'm going to do it with a little bit of a twist. I'm going to apply some dried flowers onto the top of it, so once you've done your present wrapping, you can make it really individualized and beautiful. You just start with your wrap. You can choose any paper, any ribbon, anything that you like you would normally do. I've chosen this black brown craft paper because I'm just totally into it at the moment. It just floats my goat. So I've also using the black saddle stitch ribbon. Now you remember you can do this for birthdays, you can do this for anything. My mother-in-law showed me how to do this. She's the most amazing floral designer ever. Her name is Ulla. About 25 years ago when Nikki and I first got together, she gave us all these gifts, and she's Danish and so creative. And she gave these gifts, and I didn't want to open the present. The present itself looked amazing. So to do that, anyway, I'll get on with the job. Sorry, I'm a little chatty Cathy. Over the top, down the bottom, and you're just going to work out where your length of your ribbon. Give it a little bit of length, turn it over. You could probably do that a little bit more gracefully than I've just done it, but anyway. Up we go, into position. I'm going to pop the corner of that bow's making just there. Make sure it all just sits into place before you tie it off. Give yourself a little bit of length on each end of your ribbon there, and then you're just going to take a cut and tie it in a knot. You can tidy up the ends of your ribbons later if you haven't got the sharpest scissors on the planet, like I obviously don't. Nice and tight. That's not going to go anywhere. Looking beautiful. So then I'm just going to make a beautiful little bow. Just here, I'll move that forward a fraction, grab my scissors to the back. The OCD's coming out, and see that wasn't straight, so I just had to fix it. Just with your bow, you just lay the bottom of the tail in your hand, and then you're just going to pinch and roll over your thumb. And then once it goes under your thumb and your forefinger, you're pinching again, and then you're just making the bow that you'd like. Depending on the size of the present is the size of the bow you want. You want it all in proportion. So this one, I'm not going to make it too huge, because don't forget, I'm going to put some beautiful flowers on here as well, and you don't want to overwhelm the whole thing, and you don't want it to be the party of the ribbon. You want the flowers to stand out. So proportionately, make a small, gorgeous little bow, of course. I'm using this saddle stitch in this ribbon. Oh, I do love it. Love the black. You should see the white, the ivory with the black trim. Stunning. But you can get that everywhere. I think you can search online for that. So I'm making a pretty little bow. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Cutting the tail off. Move that aside. I'm going to use the jute ribbon because it's going to tie in with the flowers that I'm going to use. I'm going to use some beautiful native Australian bits and pieces on the top of the box. So once you've got it through the bow here, the bow section, you're pulling it through. Give yourself a little bit of length to work with. And then just tying it in a knot underneath. Use your chin to hold it. That's what everybody wants, is a double chin on camera. Fantastic. Nice and tight there. So easy to do. So what we're going to do now is place this little bow on top of the box here. Go under both of the ribbons. Just pull it through and tie it down. You can work on its shape and how it flows towards the end, because we're going to use a glue gun. So I can glue some of these down into position if you don't really want them to move. But we're just going to work with the flowers, see what the flow is with them, and see how we go with that. So with that, you can use any string. I've used jute because I'm using the flowers I told you, but you can use the same ribbon as this to tie through the middle. You can use anything really, as long as it's sort of in the same tones of what you're using. So all done. I'm going to give that a little cut. I might cut them off completely, but I don't know what I don't know. So I'm going to do the arrangement, and if they fit in with my design, they can stay. If they don't, they're going to go. They're going to the cutting room floor. So we'll just move our beautiful little ribbon away. So then we've got our bouquet, our box. I'm going to start, and it's like a layering effect. You're going to pop something on the bottom, and then you're going to work your way up to the top, and then you're just going to build from there. So I'm going to use this beautiful white little fern, and I'm just going to see where it's going to fit. I'm just going to tuck it in there, and I think that's going to work well. That's where we get our glue gun. This is so simple to do. I'll cut the tail off that so I know the length of it. Sits in snug. Get my glue gun here and just glue that into place. Easy peasy. I'm going to pop a couple of little dabs here to hold that tail down, and this one here. Just a little tiny pin spot. The glue works beautifully. Don't use your hands to hold it down. Use the scissor or something like that, because you don't really want to burn your fingers. Been there, done that. It wasn't pretty. Cried and cried. Didn't really, but I did scream. So then we've got something that we can start with there. Now we're going to start layering it up. I've got some beautiful preserved gum here. I'm just going to, I won't strip the whole lot because I might be able to use that bit at the bottom. So I'm just going to tip it off and take off a few of the bottom leaves. And then I'm going to maybe pop it in that position there. What I want to do is this area here is where I want the flowers to go, and I think that's where it will look the best, in my opinion. So in we go again with the glue gun, little bullet hole pinpoint, and in you go. Use your scissors again. And that will start staying there. I'm going to grab another little piece. Strip the leaves off the bottom so you're just gluing the stalk. Actually, you don't want that piece. I want the piece at the top, because it gives more flow and more direction. Take that there. Let's see where that looks good to me. So once again, I'm just going to glue that into position. This is such a nice job. You should put some music on. You should have a glass of wine, a glass of Ribena, have a bowl of M&Ms, order a pizza, and start wrapping all your gifts this way. It's actually really therapeutic and creative. It's all good for your soul doing things like this. So we've got 2 little gums in and the fern. A few of the other things that I'm going to use are beautiful native leucadendrons and a little bit of white tea tree, because they're all going to marry in with the look that I want. So, and I've got some other gum here, but it's just got a little different leaf on it. It's a really fine leaf, so it's going to give it a little bit more movement, and it's nice and flat, so it's not going to stick out too much. So work out what I'm going to work out with next, and that's a big clump there. I don't need a full clump. You only use tiniest amounts of flowers on this, but the impact is superb. So in with the tea tree. The little hairs you can just pull off later. Use your scissors just to plonk it into place. Nice. I'm going to work out where you want your focal flower. So I'm going to use this beautiful dried out leucadendron nut for that. Cut off the bottoms. You don't want too much stick, and you just want it to the length that you want. I might even have to take a little bit more off that one. But that is fine, fine, fine. In again. Glue still drying. Hot potato, in we go. Yeah, coming along good. I'm going to use some of this beautiful flat leaf gum. Now the beautiful part about this is you can forage for some of this beautiful stuff. You can save things from beautiful bouquets that you've received throughout the year. A lot of flowers can be flat pressed, so doing like flower press and things like that, you can still buy little tiny flower presses and press all your little beautiful flowers throughout the year. So then when you've got a birthday or a gift or anything that you want, you've got some beautiful little decorations that will customize it and personalize it, so they know it's totally from you. Can you imagine if like this was for, like, you can use anything. Imagine this really feminine. You can make it really rustic. You can make it totally beautiful. There's so many different designs and things that you can do. But yeah, just so keep all your little flower cuttings that you get, all flowers that you receive, all the flowers you pop in your home throughout the year. Just don't throw them away. Press them. And then you've got a little container full of bits that you can always use. Just going to use my little toast, pop that down. So that's coming on really nicely. I'm going to just see what I want next. I'm going to use another leucadendron, I think. I'll get the right one that I want. This one's fantastic. Look how big that is. Superb. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer so it comes out a little bit further, so it starts telling a tail that starts coming down. So it's not all just clumped here. You want it flowy and romantic and gorgeous. So that looks good to me. Place it in position. Glue that little bad boy down. Happy days. While it's waiting, what are you doing? You're grabbing a drink. Come back and check it. Eat an M&M. Coming along quite nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I'm just going to hold that to me because here's what I think. I think I need something right here. I've got some dark coming up. I've got some dark coming down. I still think I need, if I could just put a little beautiful piece of gum in there, that will like create the flow. So having, try and do everything in uneven numbers, not even numbers. You can do whatever you want. For me, I like it to be odd. Probably goes with my personality. So I could have put that like that, but see how the leaves are not running that way? You want the leaves to tell the story. So just pivot it around so you've got the flatness through here, and that's how you want it to sit on your present. Bit of glue again. I'm going to feed that into there. And I reckon we are almost complete with that. I'm going to trim up my ribbons. I'm going to glue some down. I'm going to puff some up. It's going to look amazing. So where I want that one stuck down, that's gorgeous. I'm going to stick this little bit here now onto that. Have a glass of wine again. I'm in a sip of wine. Sorry guys, over exaggerated. A little sip of wine. Or Ribena. Ribena's good. There we go. And I think I'm done. I did it. All I'm going to do now is just trim up my ribbon ends. Cut them on an angle so they look clean. Try not to cut your fingers off. I'm going to, little bit of glue gun. You can use craft glue if you haven't got a glue gun. Glue guns are available everywhere. Use them for everything. Fantastic. Door handle needs going on. Get me the glue gun. Need to do a flower arrangement? Get me that damn glue gun. Want to wrap a present? Where's my glue gun? Get yourself a glue gun. They're not expensive and they're everywhere. I'm just going to cut that one to there. Glue that little piece on. So when it's time to unwrap this present, all this is going to be glued to the ribbon or glued to the paper. So most of it will just come off. But at the back of it, it will be a little clump. Regent, can you please pass me that little piece there? Yep, that one. So once you've actually unwrap your present, you'll always have a little keepsake. See that? At the back of the present, that's come off with the glue, with the paper. So you don't have to throw this away. You can keep it forever. So anyway, that's a little bit of fun fact. So I'm just going to do that. I want this one to sit up. It's not being my friend. That's it. And I'm just going to glue that there to each other so it doesn't twist and turn, as it can always do. And I'm going to just, it's that little loop. I'm just going to pop it down there so it doesn't go flat. You know how I said I should use scissors to do the gluing? That's the reason. I just burnt my fingers. Okay. So tidy up your workspace. The little, the hot glue gun will throw little hairs. Don't pull them off until the end. Once your glue's set, you can they just ping off. That's so good. So take off all your little hairs, your glue hairs. See how you feel about that. And there you have a customised, individual present. You know what you should do actually, is do a present like this. Get a box, empty box, amaze everybody, put a can of tuna in it and wrap it spectacularly. They will love you for it. I'll keep this, and maybe eat the can of tuna. It's a win-win really. But anyway, you can do that with anything. Don't do the tuna, buy something nice. But how good is that? That's a beautiful way of just customising and making a gift that's all about what you can give. I always say to my kids, give me something that you've made, please just write me a card, that will be enough. And you keep all those things. So this is something that you can keep forever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you actually go and do that because I think it's fantastic. Don't forget to save all your cuttings. Don't forget to go out into your garden, do some flower pressing, keep your dry flowers, keep a little shoebox of them. And then when it's present time, do your thing that you love. All right, I hope you have a great day and I hope to see you soon.